Well, good evening, folks. Thank you for stopping by the Toy Shop. We hope you and the whole family have a splendid evening. While you're here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you never miss out on our newest content. Looking for a gift for that special someone? Why, it just so happens that each of our videos are chock full of links to where you can purchase your own detailed collectible action figures, even if that special someone is yourself. The feature we have planned for you this evening promises to be a good one. So without further delay, on with the show. A message from your good friends at the Toy Shelf. Welcome to a brand new episode of The Toy Shelf. I'm your host, Mitch Alive, and I collect action figures. This is the final installment of our Quentin Tarantino special. We've already had a look at collections from Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Kill Bill, and today we are looking at figures from Grindhouse. Grindhouse is a double feature directed by Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. The first part of Grindhouse is a movie called Death Proof, which, in my opinion, is a really unique take on the classic sort of slasher film. It follows a group of people who are being hunted by a murderer. It's a story we've seen 100 times. It's all about this guy, Stuntman Mike. Stuntman Mike, as you may have guessed, is a stuntman by profession. Automobile stunts are his forte, and his car is built to withstand some pretty serious accidents. So while you're in his car, you are essentially death-proof, as long as you're in the driver's seat. And of course, that's where the movie gets its name, Death Proof. So like I said, the first half of this double feature is directed by Quentin Tarantino, and in my opinion, this is some of his most underrated work. This is the only figure they make from Death Proof, but it's not necessarily a one-off because they do make other figures from Grindhouse. The second part of this double feature is a film written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it is called Planet Terror. And while it is not directed by Quentin Tarantino, it does feature Quentin Tarantino as random military guy here. He doesn't, I don't think, have a name in the film, but it's definitely Quentin Tarantino. And wait a minute. This means it's time for a Who Did It Best? Alright, now we can play a little Who Did It Best. Was it NECA Toys, or is it NECA Toys? NECA versus NECA, the ultimate showdown. Round 1. Fight! So here we've got two Quentin Tarantino figures, both made by NECA Toys, but from different movies. We have, of course, Quentin Tarantino as Mr. Brown from Reservoir Dogs, and Quentin Tarantino as this guy from Planet Terror. So there can really be no winner or loser because they're both done by NECA Toys, and even though they're both different, I think they both really do fit the style of the movie that they're supposed to be from. I'm gonna say that Planet Terror Quentin Tarantino looks a little more detailed, a little more lifelike anyway. He's definitely a little more posable, and his clothes look a little more real, maybe? I mean, they really do give him this creepy looking face. He is kind of a creepy dude. In fact, what is it they call that dude? Oh yeah, right. Rapist #1 is what his name is, because he sort of tries to rape somebody in the movie.
Brought to you from your friends at the Weinstein Company.
But nonetheless, he's just a slightly better detailed character. They both even come down to like the veins in the hands. You could see the look on their face is definitely Quentin Tarantino both times around. I'm gonna have to give it to Grindhouse. Just a little bit better. Anyway, back to Planet Terror. Now this is kind of a strange film. It's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. That's not my cup of tea. There's like a contagious virus that's going around. It's turning people into Cronenbergs or whatever. So besides this strange disease that's going around, you got weird rapists like this dude, you got a guy who likes cutting people's junk off, and of course, you've got strippers with machine guns for legs. This is Cherry. This is This is Cherry. This is Cherry here. This is Cherry. She's one of the main characters, and she obviously doesn't make it through the whole movie with her limbs intact. The movie plays out pretty much like every zombie apocalypse movie. People are getting slowly picked off. There's an infection that's being spread around and it's making people go cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And that brings us to our next figure, Leonardo. Now, Leonardo is obviously a turtle who... Wait a minute, what? And that brings us to our next figure, and my favorite segment, that new toy smell. So this is the last piece in the collection of Grindhouse figures. Her name is Dakota, and I need my toolkit. So her name is Dakota, and let's see what Dakota is all about. All right, and here we go. And this is Dakota. Now Dakota, she comes with a stand. I'm just gonna put her on her stand. She obviously does not want to stand without it. So Dakota here, from what I remember, she was a nurse. And of course, the needles were her weapon of choice. She keeps her needle and her little injector thing right there on her thigh. And yeah, that's all I can remember about her. There it is. There they go. She was the final piece, and this is the entire stand-up. This is the stand-up. This is the stand-up. This is the stand-up. And this is the stand-up. And this is the entire Grindhouse collection, earning us another collection complete stamp. Another complete collection, another completed episode, and now a complete Quentin Tarantino special. Thank you so much for joining us on The Toy Shelf. Thanks for sticking with us through the Quentin Tarantino special. If you missed the first three, you can check there's going to be links in the description. Of course, check out our latest episode here. Of course, check out our latest episode of The Toy Shelf here. And remember, you're never too old to play with toys.